Hello Glamour Ghouls and welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Midge Munster and on this channel we do all things campy, kooky, glamorous, and spooky. As you can see, we are back in the kitchen today for another cooking adventure. If you are a part of the spooky community online, you have undoubtedly seen the incredible work of VeganPastryChef on TikTok, or also known as GraceyCakes on Instagram. It's the same individual. If this is the first you're hearing about them, please go follow on all their social media pages. Honestly, such incredible artistry, and the videos are so soothing to watch. Even though the pies are creepy, the music's really soft and they take all this time and attention to the details. It's just like really enjoyable to watch. That being said, I have been obsessed with their pies since 2020 and I have been dying to try to make my own pie. And with it being Pie Day tomorrow, I couldn't think of a better time for us to try this out. So let me grab a few of the things we need out of the pantry and let's get started. So regardless of my history with cake baking, I'm actually a pretty good pie maker. I have made a lot of pies in my day. However, I have never made my own pie crust. And I looked into it and it seems fairly simple. Those might be my famous last words, but I'm feeling confident that we can make our own crust. However, I did get Old Faithful as a backup just in case. But I've prepped our butter. This is 2 sticks of butter that I've cubed, and I put this in the freezer for a little bit. The main takeaway I got from everything I read is that all the ingredients need to be very cold in order for this to go well. I found a very quick and easy recipe that uses a food processor, so we're going to try that. So we just add all the butter to the food processor. And then we're gonna add 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I just dumped so much of that onto the counter. And then it says to just pulse it about 15 times until it starts to look like clumpy sand. Forgot to add 1 teaspoon of salt. So I'm gonna add that in there real quick and give that a couple pulses. So now I have ice water, and again, very specific that it be as cold as possible. And we're gonna add a tablespoon of ice water at a time to this and pulse it about 4 times between each tablespoon until it starts to clump together. Okay, so I'm supposed to cut this in half and then form my halves into 2 balls and then flatten that into a 4-inch disc. Okay. And then we're just supposed to put that in a baggie or some saran wrap and let it chill for at least an hour in the fridge. So I'm gonna do that really quick and then we'll be right back. I made the mistake in the first step of thinking I could bake without an apron on and not get anything on my dress, and that was extremely unsuccessful. So I reached for our Uncle Fester apron. If you have not already seen it, I do have a video of how I made this apron. While we wait for our pie crust to chill, I'm going to go ahead and start making the filling. We're going to be making a blackberry pie. From what I can tell, most of GraceyCakes pies are some sort of berry mixture for the filling, and that is what gives them that kind of bloody, scary look when they bake, is all the dark juices from the berries. So that's important when choosing your filling. You want something that's gonna release that dark juice. I really like blackberries, so we're gonna go with that today. I've got 5 cups of fresh blackberries here. We're going to add to that 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, a tablespoon of cornstarch, which is gonna help keep our berry juice thick so it doesn't make our crust soggy. We're going to add some lemon zest. I also wanted to mention with your cornstarch, if you're using frozen berries, you're going to want to use probably 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, just because they'll emit a lot more fluid and water as they thaw. Nothing smells better than zesting a lemon. It's just the best smell in the world. These type of fruit pies really get me in the mood for springtime and for like summer picnics. Take my silicone spatula and get all of that zest off my grater. Then once you've zested your lemon, just gonna cut it open and get a couple tablespoons of lemon juice. And then the last thing we're gonna add to the mix is a teaspoon of cinnamon. And then we're just gonna mix this all together until the blackberries are evenly coated in all of this goodness. I can't even begin to tell you how good this smells. I wish I could pass the smell through the camera to you. Just waft it right over there. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, that is so good, so fresh. If you're buying fresh berries at the store and it's a time like now where blackberries are kind of out of season, really take your time. I went through and smelled almost every bushel of blackberries to find the ones that had a really rich scent so I could tell they were riper. Those are going to be the really flavorful ones. All right, so we have got our delicious concoction here and we are ready to start assembling our pie. So it's been about an hour and a half. Let's pull our crust out and see how it's doing. Okay, so now for the exciting part. I've got my dough out. I've had it setting out for about 10 minutes just to let it get a little bit better for rolling out. I'm still not certain if this is right, but we're gonna try it. So I've very lightly floured my countertop because we don't want to like make the dough dry. And I'm just gonna take my rolling pin and start rolling this out really, really flat. The dough's pretty sticky. Let's flour the rolling pin a little bit. Okay, that feels a little thin maybe, but I've got my pie pan here. Roll the crust up on this and pop it over my pie pan. Then just kind of lift it so that it settles down in the pan. I saw this trick where you ball up another piece of dough and use it to press the sides into the pastry tin so that you don't like tear it with your fingers. And then supposedly I can just roll this over the top and it will cut off the excess. Didn't quite get it over here. There we go. Okay, I don't think that looks too terrible. So now the fun part, we need to work on the face. I put my crust in the fridge for a moment because I feel like this is gonna take me some time to figure out. This is not ideal, but I thought I had parchment paper and I don't. So we're gonna do this on foil. And the first thing we're gonna do is roll out our other, which actually we might be able to do that on the counter. We're gonna roll out our other dough. Okay, so let's start trying to shape this face. Got some little like biscuit cutters. Actually, let me get my pie crust. Let's see how big we're working with here. Okay, give myself some little impression marks to work inside. There we go. So I know I want to do kind of little sort of tilted eyes like this. Should we do them 2 different sizes? Give them like kind of kooky, crazy eyes. Okay. Let's pull these out. Now I'm going to use a bit of this to create a nose. And oh god, the foil's not the play. Okay, but we got it where we needed it. Let's give him a really, really skinny little nose. And then I've seen her do this thing where she takes this piping tip and carves little nose holes into the nose. Oh my god, perfect. You guys kind of see that? This is very much giving like Leatherface right now. So I'm gonna use the other end of this piping tip to cut some little circles. And those are gonna be kind of the pupils of the eye. Should we kind of looking to the side? I feel like that's kind of creepy. Okay, so now the mouth. I feel like this is gonna be the trickiest part. So I'm gonna start by just kind of cutting a really like wide, scary looking smile. Ooh, it's so creepy even like cutting it. Okay. So I think I'm gonna cut this piece in half since it's already the length of the mouth, and kind of use it to make like gums. Guess we can just kind of cut some holes out of it. I really like the ones she does that have like a lot of weird little teeth. I think teeth makes it extra weird and creepy. Oh, you know what we could do? Okay, wait, this biscuit cutter I think can help us with its little serrated edge. There we go. We just kind of have to line it up with the one before a little bit. Okay, yeah. Just pull this up, stick that under there. Okay, so we've got this kind of nice gummy looking smile. So let's make him some little teeth. I think just a bunch of like little sharp ones. Y'all, this is so much more challenging than it looks like it would be. I think I'm gonna cut some brows. And I've seen her do this thing where she kind of scores some little like cheek lines, which I think is really cool and creepy. Maybe even like a little wrinkles by the nose. I've also seen her do this thing where she kind of like scores around the eyes and stuff, and it makes this really like creepy look when the pie bakes. So I'm gonna try a little bit of that. I don't want to get too overzealous here since I don't know what I'm doing. About like human looking teeth. Is that creepy-er? I kind of like the like not sharp teeth. Let's see. The minute you start like messing with the dough in your hands, it just gets like really soft because it's mostly butter. I think I'm gonna, you know what? I think I'm going to put like the main part of the pie on here and then work on the details, because I'm scared if I don't, I won't be able to move all the little details over to the pie. So let's get our filling in here. Now, the way she does this is she just pops it off the thing onto her hand and then flips it onto the pie, which I did not do a good job of doing. Oh no, it's stretched out. No, guys, I literally have to start over. I'm so upset. Man, a big fat kudos to Gracie for making this look so easy. Well, I will definitely tell you, this little guy is nothing if not pure nightmare fuel. What do you guys think? Should he just have like a couple of teeth? Is that worse, like scarier, if he just has like a few teeth? I kind of like that. And not just because I don't want to make 50 more teeth. I can do that one better for sure though. Maybe move this one like right there. I don't know, what do you guys think? He's pretty horrifying. Cut his eyebrows out just a little bit more. I might work on him for just a couple more seconds and then we're gonna do a quick egg wash and pop him in the oven. We'll see what he looks like all baked. All right, so it is the next morning and this lovely gentleman is all cooled and ready to eat. I think this turned out great. I think he's really fun and creepy. I definitely already have other faces in mind of like things I'd like to do. I could see how this could get addicting really quickly. The last thing we have to do is to taste him. So, I'm sad. He's too cute to cut into. Let's see. I want to go somewhere where I get some good crust. So let's go right here. Oh God, it's so creepy to cut into his face. Ooh. Poor guy. Okay, let's see how this tastes. Oh, that's really good. The crust actually turned out really nicely. That tastes like a pie crust. That's really good. The filling is great. It's sweet, but tart, which is my preference. I love like a tart cobbler or pie. Well, I have to say I would call this a success. I think this turned out great. It's really delicious. This would be a great dessert to make for a Halloween party. Or hey, make it for Pie Day. Take it into work and scare your coworkers. Thank you again to vegan pastry chef GraceyCakes for your beautiful inspiration. As a reminder, if y'all are not already following her, please go check her out on all of her social media accounts. She is so incredibly talented at what she does, and I can tell because she makes it look easy. As always, if you enjoy my content and you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel before you leave today. We would love to have you as a part of our Glamour Ghoul gang. And if you'd like bonus content from me, including behind-the-scenes sneak peeks, bonus videos, and live hangouts, you can check out my Patreon in the link in the description box below. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until next time, keep it campy, kooky, glamorous, and spooky. Bye!